What's up, guys? Last day in Tennessee. There we go. Fish on. Pretty little rainbow. Hold on now. Fish on, fish on. Another beautiful rainbow. Yeah, buddy. They're hitting that wiggle worm. That's a nicer one. He's getting some air. Oh, he hit the woolly bugger. Cool. That's the first one on the woolly bugger. So a green woolly bugger, but then another what, 2.5 feet below that, got the little pink wiggle worm. And another 2.5 feet above that is my indicator. All I'm doing is flipping it out there and letting that indicator float on down. Fish on. Woo. Now I'm going to switch it up and go with the pink something like it. Oh, he's actually taking drag. Ooh, I think this is the nicest one. Come here, dude. Yeah, we're gonna walk you over here. Yes, sir. There he is. Yeah. All right, this trout magnet's getting whacked every cast, and I just screwed everything up. There we go. All right, let's try this again. Should get hit right in through here. There he goes. And fish on. Just like that. Boom. Once you figure out where they're at, yep, quick release. Cool. Once you figure out where they're at, bro, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. There he goes. Fish on. Sometimes it is just that quick. Good Lord. They are hard to get a hold of, I tell you what. They're wriggly. Hey, see? Slip right out of my hand. I'm gonna have to invest in a net for next year. We're gonna quick release him, get right into another one. Boom, there he goes. See you, dude. Chuck that right out there. And there he goes, fish on. Boom. That's a pretty one. Relax, bro. Look at him. Yeah, buddy. All right. Let's get him out of here. And just like that, he gone. And we're gonna hook up with another one. Watch this. There he goes. Fish on. Oh, this is ridiculous. There he goes, quick release. Outstanding. I think this trout magnet's about had it. Might have to go with another. There's trout fishing, Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Get it to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. If you're only throwing a spinning rod, go with the pink trout magnet, about 2.5 feet under a little cork. If you've got a fly rod and you like doing that, this is a 5-weight, which is a little bit heavy, but rigged with a float, about 2.5 feet down. I got a green woolly bugger, and I lost it in a tree, but another 2 feet below that was a little pink wiggle worm. And you're just flipping it out there and letting it float downstream. Hope you enjoy watching this. Come up to Gatlinburg, catch some of these rainbow trout. It's time for me to head back to the condo and get packed up. I will see you back in Florida. All right, y'all, back in Florida. Let's get into the meat and the potatoes of what I was using, how I was using it, and where I was going. So for starters, start off with the spinning rod setup. Very light. I think I was using 8-pound braid down to a 6-pound fluorocarbon leader. Now I was using about a 5 to 6 foot length of fluorocarbon leader. On the business end of that leader, the pink Trout magnet. This dude killed him. I didn't use any other color. I didn't have to. This dude worked. So it's the pink Trout magnet on the gold head. And then above him, probably 3.5, 4 feet, was the indicator. It's pretty cool. It's got a slit on one side and a little black peg. So you can just slide the line in there, peg it to whatever depth you need. Makes it easy to adjust because you want this trout magnet, when he's drifting down, not bumping the rocks on the bottom, getting hung up or whatever. You want him just above the rocks so he's floating down. Indicator will keep him from doing that. Plus, you've got the indicator so you see when that trout picks it up, boom, set the hook on him. Pretty simple setup for spin fishing. The trout magnets, you can get a kit off of Amazon. That's what I did. Trout magnet kit, it's got a bunch of different colors. And on the back side, it comes with the floats and a bunch of different heads. So you can pick that up for using your spinning rod trout fishing. Now when it comes to fly fishing, 2 different setups, 2 different techniques. They recommended I use a 2 or 3 weight fishing in the state parks and a 3 to 4 weight fishing in town Gatlinburg. To be honest with you, I don't know why. Because the techniques that we're using, you're not using that weight of line to really do false casts and get this thing all the way across the river. I was using 7.5 foot 5X leader down to the woolly bugger for in town Gatlinburg. So then from him, I had a bit of 4X tippet down to my dropper, which was this little guy, the pink wiggle worm. Sometimes they'd hit the wiggle worm, sometimes they'd hit the woolly booger. But, so you got your dropper, wiggle worm, 2.5, 3 feet below your woolly booger, and 2.5, 3 feet above him is your strike indicator. This is an airlock, pretty cool. It's got a screw top on it and it's grooved. Drop your fly line in there, screw it down so you don't kink it or nothing. And that one, flipping it out, letting it drift down. Pretty simple for fishing in town. But fishing in the state parks, you're not using the indicator. You want to go as light and as natural as possible. So on the end of the leader material, I had this dude tied. This is a Yellow Sally imitation dry fly. Tying your tippet onto the back of the hook down to an itty bitty bead head nymph. I mean, this dude is tiny, but essentially you're using your Yellow Sally dry fly as the indicator. And again, you're only having a foot, 2 feet of fly line outside of the rod tip, and you're just flipping it across and letting it drift down. You're finding the deep pools and just working your way. You'll take 4 or 5 casts in that deep pool. If it's not working, move on to the next one. Now let's talk about where I was going. So the state park, I was fishing off 441, south of Gatlinburg. Beautiful out there. It's actually in the state parks. And there's a bunch of areas you can pull off to park and hike down to the river. When I say hike down, I mean hike. It's about a 100 to 200 foot drop in elevation from the road down to the river. Now for where I was fishing inside the city of Gatlinburg, I'm going to caution you, if you're going to fish up there, especially on a Friday, you need your Tennessee license, and you also need your Gatlinburg permit to fish inside the city of Gatlinburg. No fishing on Thursdays. That's when they're stocking the rivers. If you're going to fish Friday mornings, you better have your license. I got checked twice. Once by Gatlinburg PD and another time by Tennessee Fish and Wildlife. I'm good with it. I'm cool with it. That's what they're there for. Make sure everybody's doing the right things. But I was fishing on 321 between Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg on the southbound side of the road going from Pigeon Forge south towards Gatlinburg. The river runs between the north and southbound lanes. And it's only about a 25-foot down from the road down to the river. And again, all kinds of areas to pull off. Find you a deep, slow-moving pool with a little bit of water flowing into it. Hit your drifts with your trout magnets, with your woolly buggers and your wiggle worms. Got any questions on what to do and where to go? Hit me up. I'll help you out as best I can. Hope you enjoyed it. Smash that like and subscribe button. I will see you on the water.